I think as consumers, it's pretty obvious that these companies should go all out of their way to make sure that they protect us gamers and they protect everybody in terms of our console, our investments, and things like that. Like when my PlayStation 5 bricked, unfortunately, that's a very bad situation. I don't wish that on anybody. I think that nobody wants their brand new investment to kind of break down on them like that. But yeah, it is very interesting to see the way that kind of worked out. And you know what? Let's just be real. When you look at something and you look at the way that Sony handles a lot of things, right? A lot of people give them crap for the way that they handle, like gaming in general, like refunds and things like that when it comes to their store. I haven't really had any kind of bad experiences with Sony or, their store or anything like that. I think they've done a pretty good job of, keeping things going and keeping things kind of fair. They gave refunds when, a game came to PlayStation Plus, as opposed to, if they recently had just bought it, you had the ability to get that on PlayStation Plus, and they recognized that and then, went out of their way to make sure that the game was available on, that since it was available on PlayStation Plus, that they gave it away for free or whatever on, that you could actually get your money back or whatever. So I thought that was a really cool thing. Now, when it comes to like a game experience or something like that, I felt like that was maybe what people were talking about when, like, something like Cyberpunk, when that came out and so many people were kind of requesting refunds and stuff like that. I felt like that was a very, a lot of people kind of gave Sony some crap for that, I guess. I mean, I don't want to really, I didn't buy the game. I have the game because I game share with somebody, but at the end of the day, I felt like they did the right thing by pulling the game off of the marketplace. That was something that I felt like they should definitely do, and you know what, they did a good job of it. I thought they went out there and they killed it. So as far as I'm concerned, that's exactly what needed to happen, and that's exactly what they did. So I'm very happy with that, and I think that it was very much something that that they should have done, and people really kind of look at it as sort of this fun thing. Like, I'm sure like it was a hard decision for Sony to do that, but I want to get into this because they're issuing another warning for something, and this could possibly affect any number of people. So let's get into it. What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? It's me, the Crap Gaming. What's up? How you guys doing? Slap that like button. Slap everything for me. Help everybody by helping yourself. Slap it all. Slap, slap, slap. Slap-a-roo. Anyway, let's get started into this because, again, this is something that I felt like a lot of people will probably talk about. So Cyberpunk 2077 is finally back on the PlayStation Store with a warning not to buy it on the PlayStation 4. Very interesting, considering it's only a PlayStation 4 game. So yeah, that's a very interesting topic of conversation, to say the least. Interestingly enough, over half a year after being pulled, Cyberpunk 2077 has finally returned to the PlayStation Store. Throughout this process, CD Projekt Red has remained elusive about when and how Cyberpunk could return to the PlayStation Store, although they recently admitted that there were certain criteria Sony wanted them to hit. Well, apparently, they met those criteria with the recently released version 1.23 update, because Cyberpunk is once again listed on the PlayStation Store as of today. That said, it still comes with a pretty sternly worded warning against playing on a base PS4. This is what it said. Users may continue to experience some performance issues with the PlayStation 4 edition. While we continue to improve its stability across all platforms, the PS4 Pro and PS5 versions of the game will provide the best experience on PlayStation. So, while this is somewhat disappointing that Cyberpunk 2077 has returned to the PlayStation Store without a PS4 version being properly fixed, it's not exactly a huge surprise either. Short of completely redeveloping a last-gen version of the game from scratch, it's probably never going to be worth playing on a base PS4. CD Projekt Red developed a next-gen game, though they thought they'd be able to squash it down into a base PS4, Xbox One, and well, they couldn't do it. Honestly, they should just stop selling the older gen versions and just embrace being a fully next gen game, but that probably won't happen. As mentioned, Cyberpunk 2077 recently released update 1.23, and that fixed numerous missions and open world issues and generally improved stability and performance. Cyberpunk 2077 is clearly out now for everybody. Now, the interesting part is, it's so funny to me, right? Because there is no PS5 version, there is no Xbox Series X version, there's only last gen versions of this game. Why was this game put out on, like, I have no idea. Like, here's the thing, you have this company that realistically, they had so much goodwill garnered from their fans and stuff like that. I felt like they would never ever lose that, and they ended up doing that. You know, they ended up losing it basically because, you know, they went out of their way to hide the fact that this game plays like crap on their current gen consoles, you know, and that's really well, last gen consoles, and that's really disheartening, to say the least, because I feel like, you know, CD Projekt Red is that company that did a good job of getting you know, gamers goodwill and gamers to kind of support them, and again, you know, you have such a great game, and then it turns out that they were kind of one-hit wonders. I mean, if you think about it, what has CD Projekt Red actually released? They released, you know, on console, they released The Witcher 2, which was 360 console exclusive and on PC, of course, which I thought was good, but obviously, you know, wasn't like some huge hit at that time. And then they did The Witcher 3, which I thought was, you know, a good game, but again, it was like, it wasn't exactly like the most amazing experience, and it was kind of long and dragged on. So The Witcher 2 actually has a very good Metacritic score at 88. So I think that that's something that is really cool, you know, the amount of you know, score that it has. But you also have to look at the fact that, you know, when it comes to a game like The Witcher 2 versus something like Cyberpunk, I think, you know, you also had a pandemic and everything, which obviously didn't help the situation. But, you know, gamers, you know, are very fickle. So you have to wonder, what can CD Projekt Red do to actually go out there and earn gamers' trust and respect back? I think that's going to be the big point that a lot of people kind of talk about. You know, I think that what can they do? I don't know that they can do anything. I think that they can't really do anything when it comes to this particular game. You know, once you have that kind of trust that's lost, I really do think that you know, that it's a really bad thing. You know, that it's going to be hard to get back. Maybe never, but, you know, I can imagine that maybe The Witcher 3, if that's amazing, or, you know, excuse me, Witcher 4 or whatever, I think that would be a killer thing to do. But again, how long would you have to wait for something like that to even come out? You know, probably 5-6 years, maybe more. So yeah, I think that, you know, us as fans, we have this situation where, you know, we have this game that was hyped up and a lot of people talked about, and it just didn't deliver. So, you know, at the end of the day, it's up to these companies to go out there and make sure that they have these games for fans, and that fans have stuff that's, you know, not broken. And, you know, now everybody's so afraid to go out there and, to go out there and kind of buy anything, buy this game or whatever. And I do think that it's really a strange situation, to say the least. But again, that's on them. You know, nobody told them to put out this, put out this game that was completely broken and completely kind of misled everybody in terms of what was there. And, for me personally, like I said, I have the game. I haven't played it. But, I have really no kind of desire to play it. Maybe when there is a next-gen patch, if there ever is. But really, when that next-gen patch comes out, that should have been the game when the game releases, next-gen only. Because there's no way that hardware from 2010, which is what the PS4 and Xbox One are, should be able to kind of, to be able to have any of that stuff. So very interesting, to say the least. I really do appreciate each and every one of you coming out, checking out the channel. Like the video, slap that like button. We're having fun on a daily basis here. Hopefully you guys can see that. If you guys missed this debate I did on Next Gen's channel, it was pretty hilarious. I got told literally before we were going on air that, hey, you're going to be defending Xbox on this one. So I had you can imagine the amount of fun that I had with that. But yeah, so and people have been really receptive of it. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for being so amazing. Have a fantastic day. Rack 'em up. Crap Gamer out.